That's right, everything woke turns to shit. Star Wars, Star Trek, Ghostbusters, The Last of Us, DC Comics, He-Man, you name it. This is exactly why I can never get excited about anything without it being ruined somehow. I have still yet to see any company disprove the get woke, go broke analogy. The Knights of the Old Republic remake will be no exception. In the words of a wise droid, we are doomed! Hit the like button and subscribe if you want more gaming content. I feel like a voice like mine is sorely needed in this sea of lazy, boring, politically correct nonsense. So many people have been getting fat making low energy, uninspiring gaming coverage, and it makes me sick. I will never pander or bend the knee. My purpose is not to make money. My sole purpose is to inform and entertain you, period. So remember to support the channel. I can see it now. Darth Revan is now a single mother while on welfare living on Section 8. Oh, oopsie, excuse me, I meant to call them birthing persons who can menstruate. Pardon me, but 90% of dark side options are not compatible with today's values. In the new KOTOR remake, there are now 127 different pronouns voiced in the remake. Bastilla being straight is problematic, and being a Sith should not be an option in modern Star Wars games. Look, joking aside, I'm fully expecting to see a diverse space female Jesus and Wookiees wearing skirts kicking ass. Now, the Knights of the Old Republic remake trailer gave me epic whiplash. I was excited, yay, 1 second, and then super disappointed the next. When I saw the trailer a few days ago, I was like, I can't wait for this. I absolutely love the original. And within 24 hours, I was like, for sake. One of my mates was like, just wait until you see who the writer is for this KOTOR remake. I said, who is it? Aaron Sorkin? And then what he proceeded to tell me almost made me die laughing. Get this, the lead writer for the KOTOR remake was the lead writer for the website Mary Sue, the most morally bankrupt, agenda-pushing garbage website ever, but you already knew that. We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close, but as if that wasn't bad enough. Those morons at Disney are like, hey, here's a girl that hates male Star Wars fans and also said that KOTOR is not one of her favorite video games. Let's use her to remake KOTOR. You know what, at this point, let's all just come to the conclusion that Disney and Lucasfilm poison everything they touch. But you know a writer is a failure when their ambition is to hijack something people are already invested in rather than make something new. Creativity is at an all-time low over in California. This age of remakes and reboots when it comes to movies and video games has far more misses than hits, and this will be no different. If we just look at recently, that abomination called the Saints Row Reboot, I mean, that trash resembles nothing like the original while simultaneously spitting on the law. That's pretty much the woke philosophy. After the Resident Evil 3 remake, cutting over half of what was in the original, I don't have any faith of a remake video game being good. But the serious thing about this is that the censorship of remakes and reboots is really starting to put a dent in quality. There is no doubt about it. But hey, the Knights of the New Woke Democracy, here we go! Former The Mary Sue writer and social justice activist Sam Maggs working on the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake. While Maggs is now claiming that Knights of the Old Republic is one of her all-time favorite games. She previously claimed otherwise, similar to Kevin Smith's claims about He-Man. Oh, pulling the old Kevin Smith trick, eh? That bait and switch didn't work for that cock. And it isn't gonna work for this. How are these people getting hired into these jobs? It almost feels like an intentional troll at this point. Wait, hold on a second. I do know the reason why. The truth is, this Mary Sue writer, Sam Maggs, was hired because she hates the original. This is a known trend happening in Hollywood to all your favorite franchises. Don't act surprised. Now, someone dug up this person's old tweets and wow, this level of eye cancer is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's freaking freezing, but hey, the patriarchy keeps me warm. Hashtag Women's March, a hammer for smashing the patriarchy. It would have bows. I have no idea what that means, but fighting the patriarchy makes me hungry. So I'm gonna sit in the kitchen while my male partner cooks dinner. Hashtag more unfollows coming, I'm sure. Can someone correct me in the comment section, but isn't the patriarchy just something for women to blame their failures on? It wasn't because of my total incompetence, it was the patriarchy. Whenever you see the words fighting the patriarchy, the translation for that, I'm extremely hateful towards men. Look at me. Anyone who honestly believes in the patriarchy actually existing is automatically an invalid person. If anything, we live in a matriarchy because a guy wouldn't be given this job with Sam Maggs' qualifications. That's for sure, but at least on the plus side, this journal only really complains about the patriarchy, so the only thing I can think of her doing is making Bastilla Shan hate the council because the 3 council members are men. Anyway, let's get back to this gibberish. Snotty, angry baby boy Ray hardly needed any training at all when me, strong in the woke. Do you not remember that Anakin was auto-born the strongest Jedi because of an arbitrary, intensely stupid high microorganism count, or what? Finish the statement, dummy, because wow, we have a complete novice on our hands. Let a YouTuber educate the KOTOR writer Sam the first time. Anakin Skywalker fought a Sith after years of training and got his ass kicked and lost his arm. Whereas Rey Palpatine, without any training, won about every fight she was in. She is predictably a super Jedi with no weaknesses. To say Anakin is a Mary Sue is evidence that you have no business anywhere near a Star Wars project. Go back to the breadline where you belong. How does it feel to be ignorant to your own source material? But judging by today's standards, that's probably a plus rather than a negative. Anakin failed multiple times. He got beat by Dooku and Obi-Wan badly, even losing every limb on his body. I mean, he was a deeply flawed character. For you to think he is a Mary Sue makes me want to put you in a meat grinder. Anyway, Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic Remake was announced at PlayStation's Showcase 2021, where the game's lead producer Ryan Treadwell made it abundantly clear that the game is a complete remake. In an interview with StarWars.com, Treadwell also reiterated our big goals on this are to bring the story to a modern audience and have it be just as impactful today as it was for players when it originally launched. If by modern audience you mean socialist, soy-filled, green armpit-having Rainbow Brigade feminists who will neither buy or play the game, yeah, that's a no from me, dog. I'll stick with the original on PC, thank you very much, but the moment that this lead producer stated that the story would be for modern audiences, all hope should have been lost. Expect every remake or reboot from now on to be made for modern audiences. I can't believe that I was hoodwinked, bamboozled enough to think that the KOTOR remake would actually be good. Even if it was just for 24 hours, that was never going to happen. They're here to destroy for profit. Let me make this clear. The Knights of the Old Republic doesn't need a remake. It's perfect the way it is. And it certainly doesn't need nor deserve being tainted with the inevitable changes by overreaching power grabbing. Fart sniffing snowflakes like this. They've ruined enough franchises as it is, but another possible kicker is that once this remake becomes available, suddenly it'll be harder and harder to find and buy the original. Mark my words, they already did it with the expanded universe. This won't be any different, but this KOTOR remake should have simply been a remaster like the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Update the graphics, but that's it. If you get anything from this video, is that the word remake never means anything good except for maybe Battlestar Galactica. And on that bombshell, Mannix out.